Hello followers. So if you are visiting my channel first time, please subscribe to the channel. So I am posting the videos for Oracle SQL, PLSQL and performance tuning and interview concepts regularly. Please subscribe, then you will be getting the notification when I uploaded the video. Okay, let's get into the topic. Today we are going to see index. So we will see all this topic today related to index. Okay. So what is index? So normally if we are creating any tables, without index, it will go full table scan. What is the full table scan? It will scan each row by row and it will find out the record and it will display the record when we are querying the data. If we create the index, what will happen? For the particular column, it will create one more copy with row ID. Row ID, already we discussed, right? It's a physical address of the particular record. So it will create one more copy with row ID with that particular column. So while querying the data, if in the filter class, where class, if you are using that particular column, then using the row ID, it will directly reach out to that particular record and it will be fetching the data, so it will be very faster. Okay, so let's see one by one. Okay, so just sample, I am going to create one table and I'm going to put on some sampled record. So without index, if I am querying this table, it will go full table scan. But if we create index, then after that, if we use in the where clause this particular column, then it will go with index scan. Okay, based on then it will be faster. So without scanning complete table, it will go exact this record because this e name, employee name, with the row ID, it will create the copy. That's why it will go with index scan. Okay. So checking the index plan, we come to know it's using the index or not. Okay. So the optimizer will take the decision which is the best for the performance. Based on that, it will go. Okay. So we have normal index. So without any keyword, if we are creating the index, it will call normal index. If you create unique index, then it will be created with unique unique constraints. Okay, so if you are not creating any constraints, but still if you are creating unique index, then it will automatically Oracle will create the unique constraint as well. Okay, so this whenever then whenever we use this column, then it will go for unique index scan. Okay, so if we are creating the index on combination of columns, then it will be called as composite index. Okay, function based index. So some columns in the filter class, if you are using upper, lower, any of the function, then what happen? We have to create function based index. So if you are creating, then it's a syntax is same. So with this function, if you are creating the index, the expression, then it will be called the function based index. What is bitmap index? So it will be giving the value zeros and ones, bit value. If it's data available for that column, then it will be 1 or else it will be 0 based on the uh, bit vector value. It will be stored with row id with the bit vector value. So mostly data rows and data mart environment, we create the bitmap index. Okay, descending index. So if you want to create the index with the ordering, then we can go with this column with the descending, then those index called descending index. Invisible index. So sometimes when we are doing the migration, what we do, we will make it index invisible. So once the migration completed, then we will enable it. Okay, so visible. So those kind of index, which invisible index, then we can later point of time its own dropped. It later point of time we can make it visible. Okay, that is in reverse key index for rack environment. We create reverse key index. So just we use the uh, okay, reverse key, the reverse keyword while creating the index, then it will be created with the reverse key. Okay, Um, so index rebuilding. So index, if we uh, if you have to, sometimes what happen if we are disabling, and we have to do the rebuilding of index. Okay, so for that there is an index maintenance DBA will do frequently. So for that they can uh, rebuild the index whenever it's required. So this is the syntax we used for rebuilding the index. So we can rename the index, we can drop the index if it's few index it's created, but optimizer is not using, then we can drop those indexes. Okay. Okay. So how the index using? So using this um, command, we can use the object usage. So using this command, we can see how the index are used. So if you want to see index details, what are the index available? So we can check this user underscore index using this column metadata. Okay. Uh, okay. Next. So if you want to see the size of the index, then we can go with this. So so what are the index unusable? So we can check using this. Okay. And what are the advantage? Faster table. It will be very faster because we are accessing the data using row ID. So it will reduce the full table scan. So it won't scan each record by record. So it's improve the performance of wire class. So joins, order by class, go by class, all this will be faster because we are accessing the data using the row ID. Okay. Disadvantage, so it will occupy more space because it will create one more copy of that particular column with row ID. See, example, if we have millions of record, it will create for our particular um, row millions of record in the particular column with row ID. So if we are doing the DML, then it will give slowness because the row ID, the value will be changing, so that time it will be um, slow. Okay, the index may be reallocated. Okay, so some maintenance is required. These are the disadvantages. Best practice. So index, when we are searching the column frequently, in those columns we can create the index to make it search faster. So so people create without analyzing more index. That's not good. So always before creating the index, do proper analysis. Then you can create the index. Composite index. So when while creating the composite index, so make sure that all the columns in the select list, then only it will use, or else it's created but not used. So those checks also you can see. So monitor usage, check it before dropping that. So gather stats. So if the statistics are up to date, then the index work faster, or else it may think its data is old data. So it may go for full table scan. Okay. Any stale partitions are there. So we have to do the gather stats. Okay. Let's go with the practical example. Okay. Let me. Okay, so I'm going to run one by one. Created the table already. Let's go. So now getting this. It's going with full table scan. Maybe optimizer, maybe taking the decision. It's better go with the full table scan. Okay, so, so let's query with the employee ID. Let's see. Hmm. First, we can see what are the index. Okay, these are the index. So user under index, we can see uh, we have index on this employee table, two index. Okay, on this, these are the index. EMP name, we have another one, maybe based on that ID number already it's primary key, so that index. Okay, it's Oracle automatically created when we create the primary key. That's why it's having two index node. Okay, so let's go with uh, select um, I where EMP ED. See, it's going with index uniscan. Okay, well, so I explained. So because okay, example, okay, it's going for index range scan because the index is created. Okay, example now let's so without index. See example so its cost will be reduced. Okay, if, uh, so without index, it will be costlier because it has to access entire table to find out the data. So if we create an index, so it will be okay. Let's see composite index. Hmm. This index, composite index we have. That's why it's going with this composite index. Okay. So this is the function based index. Okay. Let's see. I have not created any function based index. Let's see with this logic. Okay, so I am going with see I make it employee number upper. So upper equal to Priya. So it's a function I'm using. So it's going with full table scan. To sometimes if you see in your query, there is a business need. We have to do upper or lower. So that time it's going with full table scan. Then what we can do, we can create the function based index. Okay. So just I am creating the function based index. Okay. Now I created. Now if you see See, now it's going with index range scan because we created the function based index. Okay. You'd start using the data. Okay. So this is the bitmap index. See, so descending order index. Now, so optimizer taking the its best option instead of this going with table accessible. It's give better performance. That's why it's showing this. Okay. So it's okay. Finished. Okay. So it's not showing the report. So if we enable the okay, it's in SCOT. So we have to um, enable the uh, privileges to SCOT user. Then if you run this query, then we will get the those index. Okay, index statistics and monitoring. Okay, that's connected to the SCOT. So, next, so, so this is some metadata. Uh, we can see index name, column name, position using this user IND columns. This is the metadata we can use seeing the columns and everything. Okay. Okay. So unusable index, you can find it using this. Okay. Just understand the concept and it will be easy to uh, so unusable. We don't have any currently. That's why it's showing no rows. Okay. So just understand the concept. Okay. Why we are using index? What are the situations we have to create the index? Then in based on the business need, you can create and improve the performance. Mostly index we create frequently in data warehouse and data mart and reporting database. Okay. These are the things I want to share it. Okay. Interviews mostly they will ask what is the index, how it improve the performance, and uh, those are the what are the advantage and disadvantage. These are the details they will ask. Just to give the simple explanation, then you will be cleared. Okay. Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel. Please share your feedback. I'll be sharing the videos frequently. So thank you.